Do you want to lift the door on that light? Pretty good.
Oh, yours, Jimmy.
You've always tried to get attention. I can see this from the very first day you were born. You were born in an elevator?
Yeah, and
Wow.
my mother swears it was going down, not up. Yeah, she was in a bridge game with my dad and some friends, and she didn't want to leave. And he kept saying, well, you've got to go. I mean, the pains and so forth, and the water broke and everything else. I was almost born in the car.
That would have been more traditional,
apparently.
actually, than the elevator. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody being born in an elevator before.
They've got a plaque there at the Newton Wellesley Hospital now, outside of Boston, where Jack Lemmon was born in this elevator and so forth.
Wow, that's just kind of an unusual thing there. You know, I was reading about your career. It's been so interesting. But you were, for a time, was the fact that you were a starving actor, did it make you appreciate success anymore?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it does for everybody. And I was lucky. It was only a couple of years, really, in the 40s when after college, when I went down to New York to try to get into the theater, and then found live television, which had never occurred to me because it was just sort of starting to burgeon and open up. And after a couple of years, at least I could make a living. And that's not a long time.
But I guess the fact that your father was in show business probably laid the groundwork for that a little bit. They weren't probably as resistant to you going into it.
No, but he was in the baking industry.
That's right. He was a donut man. That's right.
Yeah, he was
King of the donuts.
with the Donut Corporation of America, which made everything along with donuts, all kinds of different baked products.
Wasn't he some kind of some soft shoe or something like that already?
But yeah, as a kid, he had fooled around with soft shoe dancing and everything. I remember one of the great experiences when I was a kid on a weekend when I could stay up. My parents took me to the Hot Mikado, which was a show that Billy Rose, I think, was producing, and it was in Boston with Bill Robinson, the great dancer. And afterwards, because my parents knew the director, whose name escapes me, but it's not important. Anyway, we all went to the Latin Quarter, which was a big nightclub in Boston, afterwards, and we were having supper, and Bill Robinson joined us, and he and my dad got up, and Bill Robinson asked them for a pail of sand, which they had backstage for fires and stuff or whatever, and anyway, and he sprinkled some sand on the thing, and they started doing a soft shoe together in the sand, and my old man was terrific. And Bill Robinson complimented him and made him do an encore and all of this and that. It was great fun. A wonderful evening.
Who's the better golfer, Jack Lemmon or James Garner?
James Garner.
Really?
Oh,
You're
sure.
not so bad. You're pretty good.
No, I'm about a 13 to a 14 now, which is respectable.
You say you shot a 75 the other day.
Yeah, Jim at one point I think was a scratch, you know, and as a kid he could have tried to be a pro if he'd wanted. He was once an extremely fine golfer.
Does that bother you that he's a better golfer than you?
No, it helped. I love it. I love playing with him, and he helps me.
He's a jock anyway. He's no athlete. He's probably good at anything.
Yeah, and he gives me tips, and just playing with a good player and watching them, you know, can help you just unconsciously, if not consciously.
You're so used to working with Walter doing this give and take that you did with him in this. How was he to bounce off of?
Exactly the same thing. The two of them are the easiest actors to work with that I've ever known.
Well, he's kind of a crotchety old guy anyway. I would be the person telling that because I mean, that's kind of how he is.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't think it was much of a stretch doing some of the dialogue he had to do. I could see him doing that to people.
Yeah.
But you know, Walter, you're working with Walter again. You're working so much, you make me tired.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm getting pooped. I've got my wife laid the law down the other night. She says, we have traveled, we've gone here, we've gone, I'm getting sick and tired of this. And you've got 3 to go, and then look out. She said, you better really want to do it, or else don't do it. And I agree with her.
Will you be playing piano with Johnny Cash on Sunday night? Do you think Johnny and you might get together for a duet, Lemon and Cash? I can see it.
I better learn something that he knoes, right?
He knows
that
everything.
He sings.
I think he could probably
Yeah.
know anything. He might keep up with you. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but can he sing in the key of C?
He's got a big old voice. Nice seeing you. Congratulations
Good
on
to
your
see
Kennedy
you.
Center.
Thanks very much.